Welcome to Lyrical Lungs. Connecting with the earth through your feet. Allow the arms to rise. Open up to the summer that's gone. Turn the palms. A stillness awaiting. Until now, we start to sink into autumn. Until we come in for winter. Then that big push up the spring until we open again for summer. Late summer, the turning, hovering between this season and the next. The sinking of autumn. The lungs in the traditional Chinese medicine indicated in this season. Then inward to winter, pushing up for spring, and then we're settling in the open posture and imagining that we are an oak tree. Here we're going to, in whichever direction you like, place a heel, then a toe, toe, heel, and walk around. The arms come down. So the tree will give off oxygen and receive the carbon dioxide that we release on our out-breath. So little gathering up with the hands, taking in-breath, bring the earth up, and on the out-breath, giving yourself to the earth. So receiving, giving, receiving, giving. We're taking the left leg, comes out. Have a sense of expansion, breathing in, and then contraction coming in. Expansion, contraction. We turn on the other diagonal, expanding, contracting, expanding, and contracting. We're taking our first flow. So we start with tracing the respiratory system. So we're cupping the nose and the mouth. we're brushing down the windpipe, each lung until we come to the diaphragm. We have a little rub here. Let the fingers come into the solar plexus and then brush down to the top of each leg, making a little triangular shape. So these are the psoas muscles that connect from the leg to the diaphragm in the solar plexus area. Then we're taking fingers to the front, thumbs to the back, lower rib cage. We'll take the left leg back. We're connecting here. So the front leg can be bent, it could be straight. We take some in breaths, allow some out breaths. You might be able to tune into the breath that's already happening here. And we come into warrior one. We take the arms down. We link the thumbs and we bring the body weight over the front leg. We come back up. We're going to hop the back leg in a little bit. Thumb, index finger, in breath, out breath, in, out, in, out. And the back leg comes in. The arms are coming up. They're coming out. We bend. And the arms are following. And we're getting ready for the other side. So we're cupping the hands over the nose and mouth. We're stroking down the windpipe, down the lungs, a brush at the diaphragm, stopping with the fingers in the solar plexus and then brushing down to the legs for the psoas muscles. Resting fingers, front, thumb back, lower rib cage. We take the right leg back. You can either have the legs straight or you could have the front one bent. Here, tuning into your breath. You might want to take an in breath and allow an out breath. Feeling the movement it creates in your lower rib cage. Then we'll come into the warrior one. The arms are coming down, thumbs link behind, let the arms reach back, and then we fold or lean over that front leg. We come back up, we release the arms, possibly the back leg comes in a little bit, and an in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath. The back leg comes in. The arms come up, out, bend, up, out, bend, up, out, bend. So we're coming across to the left side. We have a fist that we're making, very gentle one, with the other side, and we're just tapping here. You have an acupressure point, lung 1. Then we turn the arm out and start tapping down the edge that leads to the inside of the thumb. We'll do that a 3rd time. So this is the lung meridian. So 3 times, and then we circle the wrist one way, then the other way. We're taking the opposite thumb into the wrist crease, directly in line with the thumb. Here, we just flex the hand a little bit. It creates a groove. This is lung 9 we're pressing into. Hopefully you can see. And we let this all hang down and just tune into how this side feels in comparison to the other. So for me, and it might be very different for you, it feels more relaxed, more weighted. And you might even see that the shoulder's slightly lower than the other side. Then we come to the other side. Lung 1. The meridian all the way down into the thumb. We're going to do it 3 times. Then we have the circling to engage the wrist the other way. Opposite thumb into that wrist crease on the line of the thumb. Just bend it a little bit so you can come in to the groove that's created. Then we release. Tuning in now to this side and see if it's changed in any way. And again, for me, it feels more relaxed, but actually it feels a little lighter than the other side. And it might feel very different to you. But again, you might notice, as I am, that the shoulder has dropped a little. So, our last flow. We're connecting the breath, the blood circulation. We're taking the stance wider. We are scooping down, opening up, and then opening out. We're staying on the same side. From here, we are turning. We're coming into warrior 2. We're then taking the back arm over parallel to the underneath arm. From here, we're coming into the triangle. So your hand comes to where it's comfortable. So it might be the shin, it might be the ankle. We're going to take this top arm over the head. Then it's coming down, and here there is a choice. So you can either stay here in an extended pyramid. Some of you might be able to take what was the top arm down to the floor, take the other one up. This is a reverse triangle. Then if you're in a reverse triangle, come back to the extended pyramid. So we're all together. And then we're bringing this up, opening wide. The arms are coming up. The palms are coming together in prayer. We're bending the legs as deep as is comfortable for you. And we're bringing the prayer hands down, roughly in line with the heart. And we're just seeing if there's any free movement you can find with the pelvis here. There, we'll push back up. We're coming back to scooping the earth, opening to the sky. And then we have that bend out to the side. From here, we're turning the other way into warrior two. We're then taking the top arm over, so they're parallel. From here, we're coming into the triangle. The top arm comes down into the extended pyramid. Some of you might take the top arm even further. The palm goes down, you rotate, and you have a twisted triangle. Then we come back into the extended pyramid, slide back up, turn into the wide position, the arms in prayer, coming down the midline. You might be able to bend a bit deeper this time and just see if there's any spontaneous movement you can find in the pelvis. Up we come. I'm going to bring the legs in. Loosen the arms. Take a moment to see how you feel compared to when we started. And then we're transitioning down onto hands and knees. I will need to change my camera angle and have a drink. So, in the traditional Chinese medicine, the skin is regarded as a third lung. So it breathes and it expels. This small flow will connect you to feeling into the skin at the front and at the back. So we take the hands forwards. We come into a very familiar move. And we're bringing that back. The toes are curling under to take us into the downward dog. So feeling the front before and now feeling into the back. We come down. We're taking the hands to the right so the left leg can come through. Then we're coming up. So you will lose part of my head and arms. We're going to find our warrior one. So you might keep the hips in line with the back knee. They might go between the knees. The arms then come down. The back toes curl under. You either keep the foot where it is or you hop it in a little bit. And we come into the folded pyramid. So this is more the back of the body. And then we're coming back down. We're going to take opposite arm to leg. So the front arm is coming up. The back hand is coming to the opposite thigh. And we then back. Hands come down, leg back, ready for the other side. Through the front surface of the skin, we reach. Then with the downward dog into the back. Knees down, hands to the left, so the right leg can come through. We're going to find our warrior one, whether the pelvis stays in line with the back knee or whether it drops forward. The hands come down. The back toes curl under. The back knee comes up. You may or may not hop the foot in. You might place it down. We have straight legs and a folded pyramid. And then we come back down. So opposite arm to leg. Front arm is rising. Back arm is coming across to the back leg at the top. And come out of that. And we take a pause. And then I'm going to turn to do the next flow on the other side. So the lungs. We are pushing to the right, then pushing to the left. We are coming all the way up and we're coming all the way down. From here, we are curling the toes back and bringing the lungs down to the legs here. Have a reach. We slide back in. We're taking the right leg. That's coming through. We're taking the arms to the other side. We're bending them. You can either stay high or you can come down even lower. Then we're going to push our way back up. We're curling the toes under again. We're taking, if it's possible, the left hand to the right leg and twisting through. We release. We're coming down. I'll turn for the other side. So we are pushing the lungs to the left, then to the right. Then we come up and then we come down. We curl the toes under, come to bring the lungs right down. We come up to bring the left knee through. We are bending the arms to the right. We might stay relatively high. We might find we can slide right down. We're finding our way back out of this into a downward facing dog, where we bring the right hand across to the left. Then we release. So for the meridian, we're starting with the left side again. So the left arm comes up. We're going to lead with that thumb. Then we're scooping under, coming straight back. Second time. And third time. We're then taking, I'm just actually going to need to move across a bit, I realise. the left leg out. From here, we come up. We're taking the right arm and we're leading with the thumb and we're arcing over. From here, the hands come down to stabilize you. You're then turning them. So we're rocking into lung 9. Return back. The leg comes in. We come up to high kneeling, so you will lose a little of me. So this is for lung 1. We're taking the left arm up, round. We curl the toes under, we might reach the heel. The other arm can come up. We have this half camel. And we release out. And I will change sides. So, right arm, we scoop, come back. So we're leading with the thumb. It comes down, the right leg comes out, the toes are pointed towards the hands. We come up, it'll be the left arm that comes over. We're leading with the thumb again, it arcs over. The hands come down. Now turning in, whichever way feels good. I think I'll go this way. So find a way of turning them that feels good. Have a rock. And this is for lung 9 point. Turn them the other way so we can bring the leg back in. Curling the toes under, high kneeling. We're taking the right arm, we'll take it up first, over, down to the heel. The other one comes up. And we have this half camel. We release. And we have a little focus now on the circulation. So we're connecting into the space between the shoulder blades. You can either see if you can be aware of the breath that's happening, or you can take some in breaths and allow some out breaths, but an experience of how the breath is moving between your shoulder blades. It is subtle. Then we're taking this back either into a high child or a low child, and see if we can become aware or create some in breaths, allow some out breaths of the movement of this breath at the back of the rib cage and into the lower back. We come back up. We are making some large circles in a clockwise direction. So this might appear different on the camera. So I might need to go anti-clockwise for it to be clockwise on yours. I'm just playing with this. We then take, it really doesn't matter which leg, a leg up. We have a flex foot and we pulse. So the connection between lungs and blood, the artillery blood, the red blood, pumping, pushing. The other side. Then the venous up and down. So soft waves. Through the spine. We take a pause. The knees are coming back. The hands are coming out and a little bit further forwards. So we're taking the weight into the hands, and this might be as far as you go, and then you need to rock back. Some of you might be able to scoop down and through and come back. You could even start the scoop even earlier. So you're either scooping through or you're rocking. I'll do a few more scoops. You've come back, you're bending the elbows, you're taking the rib cage through and then coming back. One more. And then we'll come to sitting with the left leg in front. So just brushing the exposed skin. The third lung. Some of you might have bare feet and lower legs. From here, we're opening up, condensing down, expanding, and contracting. From here, the hands come to the back, the feet. We lift up, reach through the skin. You might stay here, or you might come on up into that reverse table. And then we come down back to the left leg in front. We're taking the lungs across to that left side, forward, side and back. Then we're circling again, but we're circling up over to the other side and down. So it's a bit like drawing a porthole. I'm going to take a pause. Now it's like a Ferris wheel. We're going up, forwards, down and back. The hands come to the shoulders. We chicken wing back a few times. We then take the arms out. We turn the palms up. The thumbs, we are pressing back. Feel that in. Then the left leg lengthens. We're going to place the same arm to the inside of the leg, and then we're twisting and opening on a high diagonal. We come back into an extended butterfly. We take the hands here. We're going to breathe in, and on the out breath, we're sucking in the abdominals and the pelvic floor. In breath, out breath, suck in the abdominals and the pelvic floor. Once again, in breath, out breath, suck in the abdominals and the pelvic floor. Then we're connecting from the diaphragm, the legs, just up to the solar plexus and back down, the sense of the psoas muscles. And then we're folding over. We'll roll back up and change to the other side. So this time to the right. Go across, go back, the other side and forwards. Then we're going up, the other side down. This time we are going back, down, and we're bringing the chest forwards. So a bit like we did on the scoop. And when we come up this time, we have those chicken wings. We open the arms, the palms are up, the thumbs are reaching back. We take those thumbs back a little bit further. The right leg will lengthen. We're going to take the same arm as leg in, and we twist onto a high diagonal. We come back, we find our extended butterfly. We take an in-breath, hands to where the legs meet, and then on the out-breath, we suck in abdominals and pelvic floor. In-breath, out-breath. In-breath, out-breath. And find. We're going to open into the fan now. we're making a connection with the thumb and index finger, and then all the other fingers into the thumb, and just tapping the lung one on each side. We are circling one hand the other way. Then opposite thumb into the wrist crease on the thumb side for lung 9. Pressing in here. So both the points 1 and 9 will benefit the lungs. I'm going to take that into a side arc. We're then coming to the other side. We're coming back up. We are circling the other hand one way, the other way. Opposite thumb into the wrist crease along the thumb line. Connect in there. Just wiggle around till you find that space in the groove. Then we're finding our ballet dancer arms, not so much with the ballet, but there's a wonderful lead through the lung meridian. So we are just letting the thumbs open you up. And I'm going to bring in the knees. They bend as the arms come up and lower as they come down. Once more. So from here, we have one more flow. We either have the legs one on top of the other, we either have them 90-90, or you could have that one lengthened. So see which is most comfortable for you. Whichever one you've chosen, we are arcing towards the feet, that side. We take a pause, and then that top arm is coming down, creating a circle, and then coming up. But we're trying to keep our hip bones, our sitting bones, connected to the earth as we do this. So this will be the third one. That hand will come down. Then we have that reach up. That comes down. Then we move towards the back foot. We come in. See if we can be aware of our breath in the back of our body. And then we're going to take this into the fish. So we'll lift it up, the neck is lengthened along with the head. You can then lengthen the legs. From here, just bend one leg and lower on down. And let both legs be bent. The arms are down by the sides of the body. We are going to scissors them. So one comes up and then the other. Feel that movement in the lungs, shoulders. Then both arms down. We are taking one push up into the bridge, not only reaching into the skin, but also feeling the weight dropping into the top of the lungs. We come all the way back down. We're taking the arms out, feet wider, so this is for the skin too. Knees one way, head the other. And then when the knees come camera side, to that side. We're going to take the index finger. It's going to be on the top nostril. So you're just breathing through the underneath nostril. And then releasing that, we're going to take the top leg. It could be at the foot, it could be, or you might even want to start here, pushing the leg back. You might stay there, you might have hold. The underneath leg can come forwards a bit, so you're creating a big reach through the skin. And then you're going to bring that back. We're coming up to semi-sitting. Here we are extending, and then we're coming in to condense, extend, condense. So we can repeat that. Some of you might want to do it with the pelvis lifted. So we are lifting up, and then we have that extension and contraction, extension and contraction. We're coming back, we're coming up. Just taking a moment here before we go in the other direction. So the feet the other way. So remember, you can either have them close together, 90, or an extension. We are arcing towards the feet, keeping the hips down, circling round. 1, 2, and a third time. This hand comes as the support. We reach up. You might not want to lift, or you might want to lift. We come back down. We're moving this time towards, like before, that back leg. Here, we take a pause. See if we can feel ourselves being breathed at the back of the body. We're coming into the fish again. Extended neck, head in line, lifting up through the lungs and the heart. And then we'll make our way down. We're going to bring the arms, palms up, just out a bit from the side of the body. And we're going to slide through the arms, reaching with the thumbs. So we have the lung meridian. I'm going to settle that back. I'm going to bend the legs, hands on the belly. I'm going to take an in-breath. And on the out-breath, we're sucking in the abdominals and the pelvic floor. And you might notice there's a small pelvic tilt. In-breath, we come back. Out-breath, suck in. Abdominals, pelvic floor, and it creates a tilt. In-breath, out-breath, suck in abdominals, pelvic floor, tilt. We release here. We come on to the opposite side to last time, which should be again, if you turn towards your camera, you should be on that. We're taking the top index finger, pressing the upper nostril. So we're breathing through the lower nostril. We're taking the same hand, we're pressing the leg back. We might stay here, we might take hold of the ankle. The front leg can come a bit wider, but we're reaching through the skin here. And we're bringing that back. We're drawing up now to a semi-sitting position. We're expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting. We're doing exactly the same again. However, there's an option for some of you to lift up the pelvis. It's away from the mat. And then we extend, come in, extend, and come in. Bring that down. Take a moment here. And come back up. So finding your comfortable final sitting position. So you could have one leg lengthened, one leg bent. You can have both legs bent. You can have both legs lengthened, whatever feels good for you. We're going to bring the hands over the nose and mouth and just feel the exchange of air, the quality of the air coming in and out. Then we're taking the fingertips. We're stroking them down windpipe or trachea. You might feel the cartilage C-shaped rings here. They're not complete rings. They make a C. So there's space for the food tube behind. And we're just tapping here. So from the windpipe, it all branches out, very similar to a tree. I'm going to tap around here, lots of branches. And rather than leaves, you have air sacs, alveoli, millions of them. Again, this can help to clear mucus, this tapping. And we come down to the lower lungs. We're going to take the fingers to the front, thumbs to the back. See if we can notice how the breath moves our hands. Then taking the fingers, just see if you can squeeze the rib cage in and then release. Hopefully it springs back. Press in, release, press in, and release. So just stroking the sense of the diaphragm here. So it domes up and down from the solar plexus area. But we have the psoas muscles that will connect in here and they will travel down to the legs. So our legs are directly connected to our breathing, but also above the diaphragm in the center where they connect, you have the base of the heart. Let's settle here. We just circle the shoulders back. We're going to take the two thumbs, link behind, and see if we can reach the arms back. I'll show you on diagonals, reaching the arms back here. If it's uncomfortable, then soften the elbows. And create wings. So perhaps we can all do this. And then if you want to reach again, you can try that reach. So this links in with the lung meridian. Then come out of this. We bring our palms together to the heart, close our eyes. Tune into whatever's going on in our internal landscape. The easy places, the light, the heavy, the tight. Maybe you can feel yourself being breathed. You don't have to do anything. It happens automatically. Like our heartbeat. You might even feel the vibration of this. We're receiving the outer world simultaneously through our ears and through the third lung of the skin. How does this external landscape feel to you? How does it sound? And then we'll bring in the sight, the eyes, we open them, light, colours, textures and shapes. And thank you very much for sharing this journey today. You may need to embark on another activity. So take a few moments to make that transition. Again, the skin, because it's the outer surface, it's the one that's in contact with the external world, is a great way of coming from a deeper place in the body to a more everyday sense of self. And I will thank you again for being with Lyrical Lungs.